Hi all and welcome to Liquid Earth. I'm Age, and in today's quick Lightroom tutorial we're going to go through the Radial filter in Lightroom Classic. So we'll start with this image and we're in the Develop module. This is the Radial filter here, or you can press Shift and M, and all you need to do is drag out on your image, and then you can drag, hold, and then position the Radial filter wherever you like. You have these little handles that you can adjust after you've applied your filter. You can even hover over the edges and rotate the filter like so. Down the bottom here you've got the options to show and hide or auto show. Let's put it on always, so we're always showing it at the moment. And then you've got an overlay that shows you the gradient itself. Anything in red, these effects can be applied to. Anything without the red, then no effects will be applied to, and it gradually fades into the effect. So let's switch that off for now. Nothing happens until you actually use these sliders to make the adjustments on the filter. So let's reduce the exposure, and what happens is there's no effect in the center and the filter is applied to the outside areas. If I press H I can hide that, and then the backslash will show you the before and the after view. Press enter to apply, and let's go to another image. So in this image, let's drag out a radial filter again. This time we're going to do an elongated one. I'm going to press H to show again, as I'd already hidden it. Let's just adjust this slightly. And for this one we're going to increase the exposure and the shadows, but we don't want the outside affected. By default, if you click the invert, you can now apply to the inside of the filter. So let's apply some more shadows and a bit more exposure, and then again press the backslash for the before and the after. Press enter to apply. Let's go to our next image. Now nothing's permanent when you apply the filters. You can delete them by pressing the backslash key, and when you've added whatever effects that you want to add, you can readjust them just by coming back into this pin. So if we were now to apply this by pressing the enter and then go back into our radial filters, you can reselect the pin and make more adjustments. So we've taken the exposure down. We're going to take the exposure up, but invert this time because I still want the inside affected. Let's add some clarity and some more shadows to the inside of this image. And now we're going to press our brush tool, press the O to see the overlay, and we're going to erase part of the overlay here. Press the auto mask, adjust your feather, and you can overlap the building and you can quickly erase part of the effect here. Now if I turn off my auto mask, let me just finish off these little effects here. I don't want the auto mask on when I'm erasing some of the outside areas, otherwise it'll auto mask the sky and other details. There you go. I'm going to press the O key again just to turn that filter off, press the H to hide, and backslash key to see the before and the after. So for this image we're going to apply multiple effects, but before we do that I'm going to take the exposure down quite considerably. So let's go back into our normal basic panel and let's take the exposure down because I don't want too much emphasis on the background and the people. Now I'm going to apply a filter, so we'll press the radial filter, we'll drag that out here, and we're going to increase the exposure and invert the mask so it's affecting only the inside of the mask. And now I'm going to right click and duplicate, move the duplicate over, do the same, move this one over, and one final time. Let's add a little bit more exposure to the best man because it's a little darker. Press enter twice, press the backslash, and you can see the before and the after. Our next image is a wedding, and we have the best man who's the focal point and the groom. So let's press our radial. This time we've got some settings already applied, so let's double click the effects so that we can deselect and start from scratch. Draw out a radial mask. I'm going to press the O to see the overlay, so nothing is being affected here. I'm going to reduce the exposure, press the O again just to see what's happening, see the before and the after. But the groom has too much light, so we want to adjust that. So let's press the brush, press the O for the overlay. Whatever we've set for the radial filter we can add just by painting in. Again I'm going to auto mask, make sure that's selected, and then if I overlap, I'm not going to overlap past the edges of the groom. And if there is a bit of spill, then we can just go and press the erase button and just erase that out. Something like that. Let's press the O. Back into our brush. Let's make sure that we complete the edit. This time, don't press the auto mask and don't overlap. Just do the other areas to make sure it's nice and even. Let's make it smaller. Press enter twice and backslash key. You can even make this a black and white image. And there we have the before and the after. So that's it, guys. Some of the effects you can use with the Radial tool in Lightroom Classic. Hope that was useful. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And hit that little bell icon so that you can get notified. Thanks again, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.